Now, in a moment, as Big Ben strikes 10, we'll be able to give the result of our exit poll. For the first time, not an opinion poll, not people saying how they intend to vote, but people answering the question after they've voted. How did you vote? 10 o'clock. And this is what we're saying. It's going to be a hung parliament with the Conservatives as the largest party.
Waiting lists are coming down. They were coming down from where they were when they were hired. And they're now on their way down. They are down. Yes, because the NHS was impacted by industrial action. And if it wasn't for that, 500,000 appointments would have been saved.
So it's somebody else's fault.
It's been an uncomfortable day for Rishi Sunak.
These men made the ultimate sacrifice, and you couldn't even sacrifice a whole afternoon.
Only last week, the Secretary of State for Defence said there was no plans at all for national service, and then 48 hours the Prime Minister, without telling anybody, announces new plans for national service.
We will introduce a bold new model of national service for 18-year-olds.
Why do you hate young people so much?
Even the Prime Minister can't explain how they're going to make volunteering compulsory.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
At a Conservative Party launch, this is where the Prime Minister is going to speak in the next few minutes, and I'm being forcibly removed. This was meant to be the campaign launch for the Prime Minister, for the Conservative leader.
The Prime Minister was once again forced to address the gambling row engulfing his party.
What you appear to be delivering is a recession. What you're delivering is a record 2.1 million people regularly using food banks, with the number of children in food poverty doubling in the last year. 7.6 million patients on NHS waiting lists.
I managed to start changing the funding formulas to make sure that areas like this are getting the funding that they deserve. Because we inherited a bunch of formulas from the Labour Party that shoved all the funding into deprived urban areas, and that needed to be undone. I started the work of undoing it.
Downing Street has defended Rishi Sunak after he appeared to make a trans joke in the Commons.
Defining a woman! That was only 99% of a U-turn.
While the mother of the murdered transgender teenager, Brianna Jai, was in Parliament.
Shame. What do you have? Do you work in the business? Do you want some fruit?
You don't now have access to any of the WhatsApps that you did send during the time of the crisis, do you?
No, I don't. I've changed my phone.
So you're looking forward to all the football?
That's not my bag.
No, but that's because you guys aren't in it.
What did you go without at the time? We went out with lots of things. Famously, Sky TV. So that was something that we never had growing up, actually.
Are you two really the best we've got to be the next Prime Minister of our great country?
Last year, the UK had the most small business insolvencies since the 2008 crash.
My friend Boris Johnson.
Yeah, I'm a coke addict. Total coke addict. Coca-Cola addict. Is that from yours now? You're kidding me.
I'll bet you £1,000 you don't get anybody on those planes before the election.
Of course I want to get the people on the plane.
£1,000.
Right?
I have friends who are aristocrats, I have friends who are upper class, I have friends who are, working class, but I'm not working class.
Earlier today, I spoke with His Majesty the King to request the dissolution of Parliament. The King has granted this request, and we will have a general election on the 4th of July. This election will take place at a time when the world is more dangerous than it has been since